This is a problem involving combining like terms. So the question is, what is the sum of this expression and this expression? So first of all, you need to make sure you know what sum means. So sum means addition. So we're going to be adding these together. Now, one thing I want to point out is when you're adding or subtracting, parentheses don't make a difference. So, for instance, let me just say this. If you had, let's see, hold on one second. So if you had 1 plus 2 plus 5, 1 plus 2 plus 5, that's 8, right? If I add parentheses here, now PEMDAS, or some people call it GMDAS, says do the parentheses first. Well, is that going to change anything? Well, if I do 1 plus 2 first, I get 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. I get the same answer. Likewise, if I was to put the parentheses somewhere else, it still doesn't affect the answer. So if I put the parentheses there, 2 plus 5 is 7, plus 1 is 8. Okay? So when you're adding or subtracting, parentheses don't do anything. So when I write this down, I'm actually going to write down this expression added to this expression without parentheses. So I'm going to write 2x to the third plus 4x plus 3x to the third plus 5x. Now, you can only combine like terms together here. So the first thing you need to understand is what are like terms. So it's really not that hard. Like terms have the same variable coefficients. So they have the same letter if they have a letter, and their letters have the same exponents. So in this case, I have an x to the third and an x to the third, same variable, same exponents. I can combine those together. Now, what I'm going to do, and you don't have to do this, is I'm going to rewrite this and put these next to each other. That's called the commutative property of addition. So the commutative property says you can change the order of addition and get the same answer. So 2 plus 3, same thing as 3 plus 2. So again, you don't have to do this, but I'm just doing this to make it clear to you how I'm getting the answer. So I put those together. Likewise, these other two terms have the same variable. They both have an exponent of 1 that's not written. So they have the same exponent, same letter. I can combine those together. So I put those next to each other. And now I'm just going to combine these together. So these are like terms. I can combine those. These are like terms. I can combine those. So 2x to the third plus 3x to the third is 5x to the what? Well, when you're combining like terms, you don't do anything with the variables or their exponents. You just bring them along. Okay, so a lot of times I'll see students put x to the sixth here. You don't add the exponents. And then over here, I have 4x plus 5x is 9x. Now, one thing I'll tell you to be careful of, if this was a minus sign right here, so let me draw your attention to this. If this was a minus sign, I would treat this as a negative 4x. This symbol tells me about this term, and it's telling me that it's positive. Again, if this was a minus, I would treat this as negative. So this is positive 4x plus positive 5x. That's positive 9x. So I put a plus sign between these. If this came out to a negative, then I would put a minus sign there. So there's my like terms, 5x to the third plus 9x. Keep at it, and you will master the math.